Hey everybody, this is Justin from Speed Trap slotcar products. I was going to do a video series on basic stuff for slotcar drag racing. I'm not necessarily saying that the way I do it is the right way. It's worked for me for a lot of years, and I've had some pretty good success at racing these little things, and figured I'd try and share some knowledge and see if maybe it'll help some people out. So I was going to go over setting wheelie bars on a car today, and my method of doing it. So let's get started. So what I got is a basic tech board, nothing fancy there, just a long board. But what I've done is on the back here I've got 3 strips of tape. It's just standard strapping tape, just the fine filament stuff, nothing special or fancy. I've got 1 piece here, 2 here, and then 3 here. So I'll kind of look and see what track conditions are like, and how the braid depth is set and that kind of stuff, and kind of go from there. I generally want, I'd say 15 or so thousandths, 20 thousandths maybe of clearance on the wheelie bar wheels when it's sitting on the track. A lot of times I'll take a car and I'll set the wheelie bar the way I think it needs to be, and then I'll actually go down the track and try it in different places, because braid depth isn't always consistent. Things happen, stuff moves around, when it's routed. So I just kind of check and make sure everything seems okie-doke. So I guess that's the basics of it. This is just a standard inline chassis that I built. It's got a Falcon 7 motor in it, styrene body, nothing crazy or fancy or anything like that. It's just a piano wire chassis. Generally I'll do, on most tracks, I'll use the 2 pieces of tape as a starting point. And the way I do it is get a little flux on there. Don't be afraid of the flux. Get my iron going and good and hot. And you need to put light pressure on the front of the car, on the nose of the car, to kind of push the braid down. And just hold your finger there. Just heat your solder up on your wheelie bar. And just let it settle. And you just got to wait a second for the solder to harden up and whatnot, and that's about all there is. There's a little bit of movement there when it's sitting flat on the tech board, which is about what you want. And I always will kind of move the car back and forth by the wheelie bar just to make sure the tires are still grabbing and doing all that, and everything seems pretty good. Like I said, some tracks, you'll want a little bit more room depending on braid depth. Some you may want a little less. One of the old tricks is to use a business card under there. That seems to work pretty well. I always seem to have a hard time finding a flat business card in my wallet, so I just kind of quit doing that and just kind of went to the tape. And this gives me kind of a variance, for different track conditions, and some cars like a little bit more wheelie bar clearance than others, but generally that's exactly where I'll set them, and haven't had any problems with it over the years, and it's worked pretty well. So that's pretty much all I got for today. So thanks for watching, and keep it in the slot.